what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Town Biz. I just had to do this video, and first of all, I had saw, basically the audio, and also I went and did some research, and I found the segment of Stephen A. Smith, capping and just flat out lying again, pandering. If people don't realize what be going on, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Entertainers are told to say certain things. Entertainers do certain things. The same way we do research as content creators and research other people's channels and see what are they doing, because at the end of the day, especially the competitive nature of being internet media versus mainstream studio media. Everybody does their research and sees what's out there. And if you don't think people pander and cater to a certain demographic, you know what I'm saying, you're in denial. What do you think politicians do? That's the whole idea of being a politician, is basically to lie in front, empty promises, tell people what they want to hear, even if you don't mean it and you don't plan on doing anything. That's the whole premise of being a politician. And all Stephen A. Smith is doing is politicking, pandering, to try to see could he get more subscribers on his lousy YouTube channel. He knows what's out there. He knows what to say. Just like I broke this down, and I broke this down over the years of what a lot of these dudes do on YouTube, basically to try to get more subscribers. They will try to, ride a certain wave. Just like you have these clowns that come on here, building the channel, a boxing channel, primarily talking about the LDBC, or talking about 7-8, or talking about people that's affiliated with the LDBC. Just like there's people that love the LDBC, there's people that don't like the LDBC, and they don't like the people that's affiliated with the LDB, such as myself. So they'll make videos talking talking shit about certain channels just to build up their platform. But after a while, that well runs dry, because people start to see, okay, so what else can you talk about besides making a video bringing up this particular person's name? That'll only get you so far. And then a lot of these dudes on here think that they're doing something new. And a lot of times, the same way we have black on black crime, we have black on black, social media attacks. Because at the same time, what these dudes are doing is being view hoes and cooning for views, and they know who they are. I don't have to say your name. It's quite a few of them, but some may take it to heart and think that I'm specifically talking about them and then try to respond. But it's a whole bunch of dudes that do that type of stuff. You think we don't see what's going on? And that's basically what Stephen A. Smith doing in his latest attempt to bring notoriety to himself. He's sitting up here telling something that I don't even think he believes, you know, but he's willing to compromise himself to get views. That's why he's considered a sellout. That's why he's considered a coon. That's why he's considered a handkerchief head. That's why he's considered a watermelon man. Now, there's going to be some people that's going to come on here that's going to call themselves trying to give me a piece of their half of wit mind. And mostly, a lot of times, they are people from the mayonnaise nation. Like I said, Eminem have some of the most fakest fans, or so-called fans. A lot of these people that say they Eminem fans, you know what's so bad about it? A lot of them just may know Eminem for one song. Eminem's popularity is because of the black community, and he's capitalized off of that. If, like I said before, it's funny if black people had the same passion, and the same drive to protect each other and look out for each other and better our communities like they will for Eminem. Wow, just think of the possibilities. And it's just laughable how people just run behind and try to protect Eminem and attack anybody that speaks against Eminem, but then at the same time they'll sit up there and say, "Oh, I these dudes can't have a difference of opinion when they say Eminem is one of the Eminem ain't even in my top 15." How the funny thing is, this is why I know Stephen A. Smith is a lie, and you can send this video to him too. I'll debate him about Eminem, and I'll destroy him, and I can prove it that he's lying. What song Eminem got that stands out? I'm talking about that's like an iconic classic. Besides "Lose Yourself," and that was from a movie that he played in. Keep in mind, Nas arguably made one of the greatest diss songs in history in Ether. Once again, that all comes into play when you basically dissect, break down, and analyze what makes a person an all-time great. You name one classic Eminem diss song, and this is what I'll be saying about these diss songs that Eminem made. They like destroy people's career. Whose career Eminem destroyed? Machine Gun Kelly is still around. Nick Cannon is still around. He didn't even really respond to Nick Cannon. Benzino's popularity has risen. And people keep talking about, well, he had ghostwriters and all that kind of stuff. But here's the thing. Benzino is in high demand. People are still calling Benzino on platforms to talk about Eminem and basically expose Eminem because people want to hear this. Eminem has been under the protection program far too long, and in particularly by black people. Like I said, and it's just laughable to hear Stephen A. Smith just flat out lying. Nas got way more classic songs than Eminem does. Eminem has sold a lot of records, but do we really got classic songs? Like I said, most of these people that be sitting up pandering, talking that Eminem stuff, they can't even name, like I said, 10 Eminem songs. Why you think there was hesitation from Eminem to do a versus battle when people were challenging him to a versus battle? Like I said before, Marshall Bruce Matters is a great rapper. I would be lying if I said he wasn't any good. Okay, I would be lying. But this whole thing about GOAT status and he should be in your top five, he ain't in my top five, and ain't nobody gonna tell me difference. Especially you know what I'm saying. Especially no pale face. Nobody from the Mayonnaise Nation is gonna check me about an art form that we created. And by the way, hip hop didn't come from no fucking Jamaica, and it definitely didn't get created by no fucking Puerto Ricans. Y'all were just people observers, okay? And take it however you want. You get mad, you get mad. But no, hip hop didn't come from Jamaica, and it didn't come from and also Puerto Ricans didn't play a pivotal role in creating hip hop. They were just observers. So, if people get mad, that's too damn bad. I stand on it. I stand when I say I stand on it, I stand on it. Real talk. I stand on it like I'm standing on Mount Rushmore. Like I said, far, far and beyond. And then just for way too long, you've been hearing this myth about Eminem because, like I said before, um, once again, most people don't even play Eminem, and I'm keeping it real. Most people don't even bump Eminem. No street niggas bump no Eminem. I don't even think Detroit dudes bump Eminem. I'll talk to CJ all the time. CJ tell me he from Detroit. He say they don't be messing with Eminem like that. And a lot of people, real Detroit people, really don't consider Eminem being from Detroit. Eminem is really from Kansas. And Eminem told a lot of lies. And then Eminem, like I said, he didn't got pass after pass. People didn't overlook the fact that he made those racist songs talking about black people using the N word with the ER. And then, like Benzino said, he never issued a full fledged apology. He tried to go to court and keep those songs from getting released. Instead of him just having like a open town hall or basically having a press conference, say, hey, I made a mistake. You know, I I didn't know better. And then, of course, you had his apologists, the black and white ones, saying, "Well, he was young and all this kind of stuff. He didn't know no better." And then he got outed by his family about those racist songs he made about black women. And then you got Jess Hilarious, basically caping for him. But I'm not gonna go in on Jess Hilarious because Jess Hilarious, she was being disingenuous too. I'm not gonna go in on Jess Hilarious because she's with child, so she get a pass until she have her baby. But she was being disingenuous. She from Baltimore. Y'all keep forgetting. I done been everywhere. I done been to the East Coast. I done been to the South. They don't be rocking with Eminem like that. And just because a lot of and we all know that rappers are disingenuous. We all know that rappers are full of it. That's been proven time and time again. Eminem got pass after pass. It's amazing how people protect Eminem about stuff he said on songs, but yet Eminem was allowed, you know what I'm saying? When Eminem get dissed on records, he get black people caping for him, defending him. And that's why I don't respect that rat ass nigga 50 Cent. 50 Cent always co-signing Eminem, always D-riding, acting like a straight flunky. And these dudes act like slaves to Eminem. 50 Cent, Royce the 5'9", Crooked Eyes, Goofy Fat Joe, all them dudes. And it's a myth. We already know that rappers are sellouts. We all know what a lot of these rappers about. They don't have no substance. They don't have no morals to themselves. They don't have no integrity. Just like Lil Wayne could sit up there with his coke sniffing junkie ass and sit up there and say he's never experienced any racism because white people come to his shows. Yeah, they'll come to your show, listen to your music, bump your music, and then when they get in their car, they talking shit about your race. They may like your music, but they don't like you, and they don't like your people as a whole. I want y'all to watch the remake of Candyman. Even though Coleman Domingo said something, but what he said was a classic line, and it was the honest to God truth. And you can see, you know what I'm saying, the racial elements behind more of the racial elements in the updated version of Candyman. Domingo Coleman said something that was real important, that sticks out and is the absolute truth. He said a lot of people like our culture, but they just don't like the people that create it. And the one thing that's hurt black people is always sitting up here talking about our culture is open to everybody. No, it isn't, and it shouldn't be. We need to remind these outsiders who created this art form and who it belongs to. Because nobody wants to share their culture with black people. They'll let you know. Them Asian people, you see them, you see them. There's black people who learned how to speak Asian. I seen it was a black dude. I forgot what that language is officially called. It was a black dude, but he learned how to speak that language, and he was trying to speak that language to them. And he went to Asia, went to China, and they was acting like they didn't understand what he was saying. But it's funny, we the only ones that don't want to protect our culture. We always have this open door, open book policy to everybody else, but everybody get to protect their culture. But and this is why black people have fallen by the waistline. This is why you have these outsiders feeling like they could speak on situations concerning us. I had to check this Asian dude a couple of weeks ago for speaking on Michael Jackson. He said something that was out of pocket that pissed me off, and I had to check him. Like, hey, dude, you don't get to say that to me, bro. Man. But you have to do these type of things, and black people need to stop like giving people passes. I'm gonna tell you something. To all you non-blacks, there's no such thing as no hood pass. And I get tired of people saying, "Oh, well, my black friend in this particular place said it's okay for me to say the N word." Well, cool, you can say it around him, but you go somewhere else and somebody like knock you into the middle of next week, then that's on you. And don't come here with that. It's just words. And don't come with that stuff. Oh, people are weak in the mind. Y'all are so full of it. All of y'all. It's okay for y'all only talk that y'all too emotional sensitivity shit to us. Cause soon as we say something about y'all talk about, oh, I'm gonna pull up. Oh man, he was out of line. I'm offended. Man, get out of here, man. Like I said, man, y'all fake. And Stephen A. Smith is being fake pertaining to Marshall Bruce Matters. Hey man, just stop the cap, bro. Just stop the cap. I mean, Nas just came out and delivered iconic verses. You know what I'm saying? That's just real talk. I've said this before. You name one song that Eminem really killed it. And it is very debatable about the whole Renegade song. I can tell you this much. Remember me, Eminem got destroyed by Sticky Fingers. I mean, Sticky Finger bodied Eminem. Like I said before, Game said it itself. It's been a myth about this in a facade about Eminem on where he is, and people will say, "Well, who cares if Eminem don't get played in a club?" That resonates with everything. That's the argument. For you to be a legend in hip hop, you have to be able to transcend everywhere. You have to be able to go from the streets to the suburbs, the clubs, the you know what I'm saying, the conference rooms, to the arenas, to the stadiums. See, you could say that about Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is the most famous rapper on the face of the earth. That's the thing. That's why Snoop Dogg is an all-time great. Cause see, you can play Snoop Dogg in the club. You can play Snoop Dogg in the car. You can play Snoop Dogg at the barbecues. You know, that's supposed to be so relevant to black culture, the barbecues. And it's a honor if a white guy gets invited to a barbecue. And we got to stop that bullshit too. You know, that's just real talk. That's why Snoop Dogg is considered legendary. Like I said before, I didn't been on dates where I didn't play Snoop Dogg and the women were okay with it. I'm riding on a mission, you know, hanging out with the homies. We going somewhere. We might be going to pick up some girls on a double date, or we might just be going to chill with some girls. You could play Snoop Dogg and bump your head. Put in some Eminem, see how dudes look at you. I know the truth hurts to you Eminem fans, but you gonna hear it today. It's certain times and places you can play Eminem. Like I said, I like some of Eminem songs. I did. But I didn't bump no Eminem when I went around, went around the crew. Now, if I was by myself, yeah, I'll listen to an Eminem song. Like I said, I'm honest. I bought Eminem albums, but I never thought that Eminem just stood out like everybody make him out to be. And I don't think he has the best lyrics in the world because, like I said before, when you are a dude that really understand music, understand hip hop, because I'm an artist myself. I used to be an artist myself, and I would just listen to some of the stuff Eminem would say. Eminem, like I said, would make a whole bunch of songs rapping about nothing. Like I said, that song he made, Ass So Fat, I mean, that beat was bananas, produced by Dr. Dre, but he, there were just bars he was just dropping that didn't mean anything. And I listen, everybody have songs where they drop dead bars, where they just basically trying to finish the song and they'll say, okay, this line wasn't that good. Because at the end of the day, you got to get your music out, you got to record. So that's just the nature of the beast. Now, don't get me wrong, Eminem didn't had songs where he dropped hot verses, but I think a lot of times with his fans, they're delusional about how good he really is. Because if you really listen to the songs he made, like I said, Rap Devil was better than Eminem's Kill Shot. It was. But because it was Eminem, they said he won. Because his fans are delusional. And like I said, I don't even think the white people that pretend to love Eminem so much really mess with his music like that. What they do is they cling on to him because they're really white supremacists. And then due to the fact that they have so many black dudes being disingenuous and caping for him, they cling on to that. And then they come on my platform trying to argue with me. But I'm exposing you dudes. I know what I'm talking about. And that's just real talking. It needed to be said. My thing is with this. Since when do you white boys value black people's opinion? You never valued our opinion pretty much for forever. You don't value our opinion when we talk about police brutality. You don't value our opinion when we talk about systematic racism. You don't value our opinion when we talk about reparations. But when we sit up there and say some white rapper is one of the greatest that we've ever heard, now it matters because it pertains to you, because you have a vested interest in it, because you want to tie yourself to Eminem. So that's what I mean. A lot of these people use Eminem to exercise their white supremacy and their racism, and you dumbass black people keep falling for it. Listen, it's okay to like Eminem, but knock it off with this fake stuff about him being the GOAT. Like I said, those rappers that be sitting up there sucking up the Eminem and stuff, like I say, they was pandering and they're not telling the truth. Ed Lover, that's funny. Ed Lover ain't never around. He don't have nothing to say. He don't have shit to say about shit. But all of a sudden, he want to come after Dr. Umar, coon ass nigga, watermelon man. Like I'm too good at this. I'm too good at this. I'm too good at this. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm saying. So I'm just, this just had to be said. Like Stephen A. Smith just needs to knock it off. He just always tries to play stupid, just like he tried to cape for Megyn Kelly. Listen, Stephen A. Smith days of being the Negro Whisperer is long done. We don't give a damn what Stephen A. Smith says. We don't. And he trying to say, oh, y'all use that word too much, the word racism. Listen, you guys, Megyn Kelly got a history of racism. She defended blackface. She done said all kind of racist stuff. So for Stephen A. Smith to try to play dumb and act like he didn't do his research, but trying to attack black people once again, that's a remedy, man. You got to understand that's a plot. That's a you know what I'm saying? That's a cap. Like I said before, a lot of these dudes build a channel off of talking about black people, and some of them don't even mean it. But they'll get to a certain level, then they'll start trying to walk it back. It's a few YouTubers that used to talk like that. I'm not gonna say their names because I don't want to look like I'm attacking them. But that's what a lot of these dudes do. Stephen A. Smith is just pandering and he being disingenuous. He fake, and he need to knock it off. Eminem can't hold Nas jockstrap. That's just real. Now, saying this about Nas, I've always been a Nas fan, love Nas music, but I will say this about Nas. The only thing that hindered Nas, where I think Nas would be like at least, because I have Nas in my top 10. I just think with Nas sometimes, and I think we all can agree with this, Nas, to a certain degree, he didn't bring it on some of his albums. And that was just the problem. But Nas gave us a lot of good material. He'd give us good singles and all that kind of stuff. But the problem is with Nas, you buy some of Nas's albums, this dude have like, his albums sometimes were 50%, where half of the album was great, and then the other half was just like, But a lot of people close to Nas said that Nas was kind of like tone deaf. They said Nas, he used to have difficulty picking out beats. And tone deaf means like you don't hear certain music a certain way. Me, I've never been tone deaf. So that was always the problem with Nas. Sometimes Nas didn't bring it on all his albums. Godson, that was a great follow-up album. The one that started the one that started it all with Nas is, his first album. Steelmatic, whoo, my God, classic. Hip hop is dead. So that's what I'm saying with Nas. Sometimes he just, sometimes he just didn't bring it, unfortunately. But it is what it is, and it got to be said. But anyway, you guys, I got to wrap it up. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, I stand on what I say about Eminem. It just needed to be said. I'm not worried about you Eminem fans being upset, calling me out my name. You just prove your point. You just prove your fake point that Eminem is an all-time great, which is complete cap, versus proving my point. I can prove that it's cap. All you gonna do is say the same typical predictable stuff. Oh, you're a hater. Who you just don't like him because he's white. You just don't. The typical talking point. That's their go-to move. But then I say, okay, so how come it's okay for white guys to say whether they don't like music by black artists and not be called a racist? But if you say you don't like Eminem, if you say he's not a goat, then all of a sudden you want to holler racism. Like, just stop it. Just stop it, man. It was written, Marcus. It was cool, but Illmatic. I mean, Illmatic. You might as well play the whole song from beginning to end because he only had 10 songs on the album. So, I mean, the album go by real quick. So, it was written was okay, but my favorite Nas album, you know, I think Stillmatic was like probably his best work. I thought Stillmatic was a masterpiece. Thought it was a masterpiece. And Godson was a really good album because Made You Look. That's just like, once again, that song stood the test of time. Made You Look, like I said, is better than pretty much any song that Eminem ever put out. Like I said, Eminem can hold his head high on Lose Yourself, but like I said before, I didn't got invited to these shows where they'd be trying to set me up. Basically, what they was gonna do is they're gonna try to have me debate with four other people that are Eminem sack huggers, where I'm the only one on there. And then basically what they'll try to do is they won't let me talk, try to talk over me. Nice try. You wanted to have a debate about Eminem, you got to come on my platform and I'll destroy you. I'll destroy you, Eminem fans. And you're not going to be able to use that record sale stuff because once again, that's over with too. Because like I said, Outkast holds the title for the highest selling album. Doesn't matter whether it's a double album or not. So you have no talking points no more. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there. Appreciate you guys. This your boy Town. I'm out. Oakland in every way.